Welcome back to the battle between Juggernaut versus Colossus, and who will win? Before we dive into the analysis, remember to subscribe to the channel to support me, and thank you very much.
Juggernaut is a name that immediately draws attention from anyone who hears it. His real identity is Cain Marko, the stepbrother of Charles Xavier, the founder of the X-Men, and also one of the greatest minds in the mutant world. However, the path Cain Marko chose was completely opposite to that of his famous brother. From a young age, Cain Marko carried deep anger and insecurity within himself. Growing up in a family environment full of conflict hardened his spirit and pushed him toward rebellion. The difference in personality and life choices gradually created a larger distance between Cain, Marko, and Charles Xavier. While Xavier dedicated his entire life to protecting peace between humans and mutants, Cain Marko drifted into a world of violence. The turning point of fate occurred when Cain Marko discovered the Crimson Gem of Cyttorak, a mystical artifact connected to the ancient entity Cyttorak. When he touched this blazing red gem, Cain Marko's destiny instantly changed. The immense magical energy of Cyttorak transformed him into Juggernaut, a being with power that is almost impossible to stop. He became a terrifying giant nearly 3 meters tall and weighing more than 800 kilograms. His massive red armor and his iconic helmet make him look like a living war machine. When Juggernaut begins to move, there is almost nothing that can stop him. His extraordinary strength combined with the magical power of Cyttorak makes him one of the most frightening physical beings. Juggernaut has walked many different paths. At times, he was a brutal mercenary, and at other times, he became a notorious criminal who gave superheroes constant trouble. Yet there were also rare periods when Cain Marko tried to change himself and worked with groups such as the X-Men. The conflict within him creates a complex figure who stands between villain and anti-hero. Behind the massive red armor is not only a machine of destruction, but also the story of a man consumed by a power beyond his control, always standing on the fragile line between destruction and redemption. The enormous source of energy that Cain Marko possesses does not come from mutation or technology, but from Cyttorak, an ancient entity with immense magical power. This mystical power is what makes Juggernaut one of the most terrifying beings. He can easily lift objects weighing more than 100 tons without showing any sign of fatigue. Massive rocks, huge structures, or even entire buildings can be lifted and used as weapons during battle. The raw strength of Juggernaut is often described as equal to, and sometimes even greater than, that of Hulk or Thor in direct confrontations. Juggernaut also possesses nearly absolute durability. His body can endure devastating physical attacks while remaining almost completely unharmed. Poison, disease, extreme cold, or even the vacuum of space cannot affect him. The power of Cyttorak surrounds Juggernaut like a mystical shield, allowing him to regenerate and maintain his combat state for extremely long periods of time. When he charges forward, that momentum almost becomes an unstoppable force. Steel walls, tanks, and even large buildings can be crushed simply by the impact of Juggernaut. Only extremely powerful magic or special strategies can slow his advance. He almost does not need to eat, does not need to sleep, and does not even need to breathe to survive. His body is nourished directly by the magical energy of Cyttorak, allowing Juggernaut to fight continuously without ever feeling exhausted. The iconic helmet that Juggernaut always wears creates a layer of psychic protection that helps him resist attacks that target the mind. Even powerful telepaths, such as Charles Xavier, face great difficulty when trying to enter Juggernaut's mind. Juggernaut is famous not only for his immense strength, but also for a long list of legendary battles against powerful opponents. In Hulk issue 172, Juggernaut delivered devastating punches that sent Hulk flying hundreds of meters away. The battle showed that Juggernaut's physical power can completely match Hulk and sometimes even surpass him in endurance. Juggernaut has also faced Thor, the god of thunder of Asgard. During that confrontation, Juggernaut demonstrated astonishing durability as he remained standing even against the power of the hammer Mjolnir. There were moments when he even launched powerful counterattacks that injured Thor. For the X-Men, Juggernaut has long been a familiar but extremely dangerous threat. In many attacks, he almost overwhelmed the entire team with his raw strength. Cain Marko has even defeated the entity that granted him his power, a feat that shows the potential of Juggernaut's strength can reach incredible cosmic levels. Even agile heroes such as Spider-Man have often become victims of this overwhelming power. Juggernaut can easily overpower Spider-Man in direct confrontations. In some situations, Juggernaut has also taken part in battles on a cosmic scale, including the conflict against Onslaught. The fact that Cain Marko survived such massively destructive battles further strengthens his reputation as one of the most durable and difficult warriors to defeat.
Remember to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to turn on notifications so you can watch the earliest videos. Thank you very much.
Now we will talk about Colossus. Colossus. His real name is Pyotr Rasputin, a mutant from distant Russia and a longtime loyal member of the X-Men. Unlike many other superheroes who grew up in modern cities, Pyotr spent his childhood in the cold countryside of Siberia. Life there was simple and harsh, but it also nurtured in him a warm heart and a deep love for his family. Pyotr's mutant ability first revealed itself in a dramatic moment when he tried to save his sister Ilyana from a dangerous accident involving a tractor in the field. In that life and death moment, Pyotr's body suddenly transformed into solid organic steel. Thanks to this miraculous transformation, he protected his sister and at the same time discovered the extraordinary power he possessed. When activating his ability, Pyotr's entire body turns into a shining form of organic steel, transforming him into a metal giant about 2 meters tall and weighing more than 200 kilograms. In this state, Colossus possesses enormous physical strength and incredible resistance to attacks. Bullets, fire, and extreme pressure can hardly cause serious damage to his metal body. However, what truly makes Colossus special is not only his strength, but also his soul. Pyotr is a person who loves art, enjoys painting, and always appreciates the beauty of life. He understands that his power can protect others, but it can also cause destruction if it is used the wrong way. There was a time when he was chosen by the Phoenix Force, carrying within himself a massive source of cosmic energy. Pyotr even became Juggernaut for a short period of time, possessing the terrifying magical power of Sidorak. Despite many events and challenges, Colossus has always maintained the nature of a true hero. He does not fight for fame or power, but for the desire to protect the weak. When his body shifts into the organic steel state, the metallic structure of Colossus has durability similar to extremely strong alloys, such as osmium or special carbon steel. This transformation allows his physical strength to rise to a level where he can lift from 75 to 100 tons. With that level of power, Colossus can easily lift enormous objects such as tanks, tear apart heavy war machines, or uproot ancient trees from the ground. He can even lift the X-Men jet, which weighs more than 80 tons. The durability of Colossus is also a factor that makes him a solid shield in battles. The organic steel layer makes him almost immune to many common forms of attack. Bullets, powerful impacts from great heights, or high-intensity electric currents can hardly cause serious damage to his metal body. Even his internal organs become more durable in this state. When he is in steel form, he almost does not need to eat, and can even go without breathing for long periods of time. This allows him to fight with great endurance in harsh situations, from dangerous environments to prolonged battles. Despite many transformations and power upgrades, the core of Colossus remains the combination of a powerful steel body and the unwavering will of a hero. This is what has made him an important pillar in the X-Men team, always ready to stand on the front line. One of the most formidable opponents that Colossus has faced many times is Juggernaut. The clashes between these two giants always create violent scenes with impacts powerful enough to destroy the battlefield. Although Juggernaut is famous for his nearly unstoppable strength, Colossus once achieved victory in a confrontation thanks to clever strategy. Pyotr skillfully deceived his opponent instead of trying to overpower him with pure strength. Colossus also took part in a memorable battle when he faced Gladiator, the legendary warrior of the Shi'ar Empire. Together with Namor, he contributed to defeating an opponent who was considered one of the strongest warriors in the galaxy. When he was chosen by the Phoenix Force, he and Magic confronted Thor and achieved victory while filled with cosmic energy. This rare moment proved that Colossus can directly confront godlike beings when his power is amplified. Colossus has also had many notable clashes with other superheroes. He exchanged equally powerful blows with Vision and endured powerful energy attacks while still standing. When facing the Thing, both displayed nearly equal strength in dramatic contests. In one situation, Colossus even held up a collapsing building by himself to protect the people below. These battles demonstrate his incredible endurance against both magical power and superhuman strength. Through all of these achievements, Colossus has proven that he is not only a powerful warrior, but also an indispensable pillar of the X-Men team. His courage and spirit of sacrifice have made Pyotr Rasputin one of the most reliable heroes in the world. The scene takes place in a ruined urban area where collapsed buildings stand silently like witnesses to a battle about to erupt. Amid the haze of dust and broken concrete, Colossus immediately activates his signature steel form. The cold, shining metal covers his entire body and reflects the faint light from the gray sky. Without hesitation, he charges straight at his opponent with the intention of using pure strength to stop Juggernaut's advance. But Juggernaut is not someone who can be easily stopped. When he begins to move, his unstoppable power gradually builds. The ground trembles with every heavy step. In a single moment, a devastating punch strikes and sends Colossus flying through several concrete walls. Pieces of shattered walls explode outward as dust and metal collide, creating a thunderous sound that echoes across the abandoned district. Colossus rises from the rubble. Although his steel body is nearly indestructible, the impact still cracks the ground beneath him. He changes his strategy, moving faster, throwing a series of punches, and trying to evade. Every step taken by the two giants makes the street shake like a small earthquake. However, the power of Juggernaut goes far beyond a normal contest of strength. A mysterious force field surrounding his body makes many of Colossus's attacks almost useless. Juggernaut advances like an unstoppable storm of steel. He overwhelms Colossus with brutal force and can even break his opponent's arm and throw him dozens of meters away, like a massive piece of metal being hurled across the battlefield. As the battle continues and the two keep clashing head-on, Juggernaut gradually gains the advantage. Each of his punches lands like a giant hammer striking the steel body of Colossus. In the end, Colossus may be pushed to his limit, his heavy steel body forced into the rubble until he is completely exhausted. But Juggernaut has dominated Colossus many times in direct battles. However, Colossus still has a chance if he uses clever tactics, such as in Amazing X-Men issue 19, where he defeated Juggernaut by deceiving his opponent instead of confronting him with pure strength. If Colossus receives special power boosts, such as the Phoenix Force, or possesses the Juggernaut gem, the balance of power could change significantly. But in their basic forms, Juggernaut remains a nearly unstoppable war machine and is usually the one left standing on the ruined battlefield. Based on many encounters, Juggernaut usually wins with a high rate of about 8 out of 10 times.
What do you think about this battle? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you all very much.